Hey guys, this is Mark here. Welcome back to my channel. With me here, I have the newly announced Poco X4 GT. And this is my first device with Mediatek Dimensity 8100, which is based on 5nm processor. So I've been hearing a lot of positive feedback on this Dimensity 8100 chipset, and I can't wait to share with you guys the performance in my full review. But today is just my first impression on this piece. In the box, there's a SIM injector, some documentation, a standard soft TPU case, USB Type-C to USB-A cable, and lastly a 67-watt of turbocharger. This is your first look of the back cover of the Poco X4 GT, and the one that I'm holding right now is the black color. There are another two color options, blue or silver. For you to choose. If black is not your thing. And the back here is actually slightly curved and matte finish, so you don't have to worry about fingerprint smudges. However, I'm not so sure if the back cover material is made of glass or plastic. I have no info from Poco, to be honest, but I can assure you that the back is very solid. There's no hollow feel at all. And one more thing I can confirm you guys is that the frame is made of plastic. The weight of the phone is 200 grams, mainly because of the huge 5080 mAh battery inside this phone. And the thickness of the X4 GT is 8.87mm. To me, as long as it's not more than 9mm, it's still considered quite thin. The triple camera design is quite similar to certain rival design, to be honest. And you have a 64 megapixel main camera, but I'm glad that Poco included an 8 megapixel ultra camera. And lastly, a 2 megapixel macro lens. Unfortunately, there's no OIS on the camera system, so I'm quite curious to see how does they perform in actual usage. So there are three things that I want to emphasize here at the sides here. The first one, the 3.5mm headphone jack is still here, good. And there's a side fingerprint scanner for unlocking the phone. And lastly, if you look at the SIM card tray here, unfortunately there's no microSD expansion. In front, there's a huge 6.6-inch LCD screen, which is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 5, and the resolution is 1080p Full HD+. And this display supports Dolby Vision, which I think is an added bonus. To be honest, although this is an LCD display, I would say that Poco X4 GT has one of the best LCD screens in the market. It kind of reminds me of the Xiaomi Mi 10T Pro display, which I really loved 2 years ago. My only complaint is that the chin here at the screen is still noticeable. So what do you guys think? The display refresh rate can go up to 144Hz, or you can set it to 90-60Hz or auto according to your liking. To me, I like to go all out, so I set it at 144Hz. So just in case you guys are wondering, the X4 GT screen supports touch sampling rate up to 270Hz. So good news for you gamers out there. One thing I noticed that there's a slight new changes on the quick toggle here. You have to swipe to the left for other options. So it's actually quite different from other Poco phones whereby the toggle option just expand when you swipe further down. At About Phone is running on the latest MIUI 13, which is based on Android 12. And if you look at the RAM, it's 8GB of RAM, but you can expand the RAM virtually with additional 3GB more. Lastly, I'm happy to announce that the Poco X4 GT is powered with dual stereo speakers. And also these stereo speakers are actually powered with Dolby Atmos. So let's check it out, shall we? So there you go guys, my first impression on the latest Poco X4 GT. To be honest, I have high expectation on the Mediatek Dimensity 8100. In terms of day-to-day use, gaming, as well as how does the processor impact the phone battery life. So I'll be using this phone as my daily driver. Do let me know if you have any questions. Until then, take care, stay safe, and peace guys.